I was really away, completely far away from that life. I was connected to my tennis life, but it was very hard for me to combine tennis life and private life. And at that time, I really started to think maybe I want to go skiing, maybe I want to spend more time with my friends, maybe I want to get closer to my family, maybe I want to have my own family. So it started to go into my head for a couple of months, and when I realized that my results weren't good anymore, I'm the kind of person who is doing everything 200%. So I couldn't be in that trouble of, I don't know if I want to be there again, and maybe I want to stop. And then I stopped. And at that time, I didn't realize I was just doing a break, because I tried to come back 18 months later. I came back 18 months later, but at that time, for me, I've been giving more than 20 years to tennis, and it was time for me to relax and live a little bit without pressure, and be closer to my family, and to open maybe some doors of the past that I had to do, and about my mom and about a lot of things. So yeah, it was early in my career, but also the way I lived my career was so intense that it was almost normal. I was going through that moment.
You know, you've dealt with, in your tennis career, you've had a lot of triumph, and in your personal life, you've also had a lot of tough times. Mm-hmm. Thinking back today, which one has made you a stronger person today?
Oh, I think that so many moments made me a strong person. Life is not easy. Life is beautiful, and you go through tough times. It's like almost a tennis career. You win, you lose, you work hard, you have joy, you make sacrifices. Sometimes you have the feeling that not everything is going well, and then you have to start again. And life is a little bit like that. So I always been very clear with that I don't expect for everything to be perfect. I deal with what comes, and I try to, as I say, to take something positive from all my experiences. So I lost my mom when I was young. It has always hasn't been easy with my family and with my dad. I got married when I was really young, and then I got divorced when I was really young. But at the end, all of this is a lot of passion. It's a lot of experience. You meet people that are gonna make you so happy. You meet people that sometimes disappoint you, but it's what life is. And as I said, I'm a very intense person, so I live my life 200%, and I'm someone who gives everything. I'm very sensitive. I'm very honest. I know where I want to go, and I know what kind of relationship I want to have with people. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. And sometimes you have no choice. When my mom got sick, okay, it was like that. If you live your whole life with the fact how your life would be if she was here, it's tough to move forward. And I miss her a lot. It's probably the toughest experience of my life, that's for sure. My daughter one day said to me, my daughter is 6, and she said to me, but you were so young when your mom passed away, and it must have been so hard. And I said to her, of course it was hard, but you wouldn't be here today the way you are if she was here. And that's what life is. You move on. And I have no regrets about that. I had to build myself. That made me stronger. I had to take the decisions for myself. And at the end, you have no choice than to move forward. So I don't feel sad or mad on my past, because life brought me so many chances also to meet good people and to live wonderful experiences. And that's why I can look back today and say, I have the life I want to have. It's not the perfect life, but it's the life I want to have, and it's good enough for me.
What's your relationship like with tennis today, and how is it different from when you were competing professionally?
My relation with tennis is it's still very intense, as I have many projects very close to tennis, because I have my academy, and because I'm still consultant for some players, and because I want to give something back to tennis and to life, to the life that I had and to the life that brought me so many things. So I want to share my experience with kids or young players or professional players also, to share my experience, to share the beautiful way it has been and the fact that it's not coming like this in one day, and that sport can give you a lot of things, okay? You can learn a lot of things at school, of course, but sport is a great school of life also. So today I want to stay connected to this because for me it's very natural. I love to go on some tournaments, especially at Roland Garros, to work for TV and to stay connected in a certain way. On the other hand, I also want to open my mind to something different, and I'm a very curious person, and I don't want to do only tennis today in my activities because I want to learn other things, because the world, when I stopped tennis, I thought that the tennis world was the world and then I realized that there was so many things to live, so many things to learn, so many people to meet, and it was tough for me at the beginning to open my mind, because I wanted to be in something that I knew very well. And then, I started to believe that I had to find a good balance between staying connected to my tennis life and to what I can give also to the kids, and then be aware that there are plenty of other things to learn. And that's what I love so much today, is to be connected also to other things and to live a simple life. I think it's something very important for me today, just the simple moments, not something extraordinary as the second you win a Grand Slam. It's fantastic, but something more in balance. I love that today.
You good?
Yeah, just
Okay. So you obviously returned to Roland Garros.
Mm-hmm.
You work in television. Even today, or even when you go this year, when you return to Roland Garros, do the memories come into you? Yeah. No, it's pretty good.
And that hurt a little bit. There you go.
Okay, we're good.
Thanks.
So returning to Roland Garros, when you walk on the grounds, the center court, does the memories, do they just come back to you? How does that all work?
Oh yeah, when I go back to Roland Garros, it's all the emotions come back. Last year was 15 years that I won my first Roland Garros, and I was there with my daughter. We took a picture on the center court, and it's quite emotional to look back and all the things that happened in 15 years, and where I am right now with my family, and go there and share this with my husband and with my kids is something amazing. It's great also to go back to Paris with not the same pressure, even if I work for TV with a lot of professionalism, but it's not a kind of pressure that I had to face when I was a player. But what I like is to go and meet the people of the organization, it's to feel the atmosphere, it's just to be there and feel. There's something really that I love, and also to watch the matches with more distance now, even if I stay connected to the game and to the results and everything, but I don't have the same emotion and the same passion. I still have passion, but it's very different. You look at that with a lot of emotional distance, and I love that, to try to analyze how the game is today and to share that with all the people. And I love Paris, so that gives me also the opportunity to be in Paris for 2 weeks, which is a city that I really like, and to visit also, and to find new places and meet my friends, because I have a lot of friends over there. So it's a mix of a lot of different feelings that bring a lot of joy.
Great. We're almost near the end. Getting close. So when did you start the academy here, and what year did you start it? And just tell us, how often you're here. It seems like you wear many hats.
Yeah,
Coaching,
too many.
So how often, when did you start, the academy? How often are you here? And just talk about how this is kind of consuming your life now.
Yeah, I started the academy here in Belgium 13 years ago, so it's a long time already. I was still.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have you do that again. Can we, instead of saying 13 years ago, can you say the year? So that would be what?
2006. Is it 13? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
just so we
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
hear it,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so I started the academy in 2006, so I was still professional at the time. I was still #1 in the world when I bought the club and I decided to do the academy. The first idea was that Carlos, my coach forever, and we could have an activity together when my career would stop, and to share our passion, our experience with the kids. So that's how it started. At the beginning, I wasn't really involved into it. I was practicing in my academy, of course, and I was sharing some moments with the kids. But it's really when I stopped my career that I got more involved. And today I can say that I'm a big part of it. As I spend most of the time in my activities in here, so it's I'm here from the morning until the end of the day, almost every day of the week, and I. Of course, have different hats because I try to see it globally with all the different activities that we have in the club, but more directly on the sports part and in the tennis part, and try to share with the kids. The experience of the way I had. So it's not the only way to do it, but we try to speak on different aspects. I work with the coaches a lot because I can teach them, but they can teach me a lot of things also. Being professional tennis player at the highest level doesn't give you naturally the opportunity to be a great coach, and I still have a lot of things also to learn from that. So it's a great experience because you start to look back and you realize, okay, we did it that way, but for me it worked, and then for this kid it's going to work another way. Even if I have some convictions that we need some structure, that we need to be clear when you have a young tennis player that says, okay, I want to be professional, or even I want to be #1 in the world. I know that there are things that we can do, and I know that they have things that it's better not to do. And so we try to share on that, and I always explain to kids that the most important thing is to look back and have no regrets. So it means how I do the sacrifice, how I do the workout, how I deal with my personal life. And so it's a lot of sharing that means a lot to me, because we don't speak only about forehands or backhands, but more vision of a career. And today the young players, I think that most of them want everything comes so quickly. Okay, we're going to do that and it's going to work. Maybe society is a little bit like that today, and it changed a lot, but I really try to insist and to prove them that we need time to fix things, we need time to build. And also we have to accept that even when we build, we have no guarantee that the result is going to be there. And that's what's hard but beautiful in our lives. We invest a lot and we're not sure that it's gonna work. And I think it's fantastic because it's also like this in life. You give a lot of yourself and you have to move forward like that. So it's a lot of experience. I try to give something to the kids, but they give me a lot also. And it's not easy every day to run an academy, but I think it's an opportunity to see things differently, and also not to say, okay, tennis is from my past and now I want to do other things. Now I can keep the advantage of my tennis career and give them to the kids. So it's wonderful.
All right. And then one of the young girls that plays her, Diana.
Yes.
Obviously doing very well, 18 years old, already broken the top 40. How long have you kind of worked with her, and how much do you enjoy kind of using your past experiences and kind of being able to, help someone else? So
I work with Diana Yastremska for 1 year now. We started pretty slowly. I tried to. She didn't really have a structure in the way she was seeing her career. The passion was there, a lot of support from the parents, or some results already. But I tried to develop with her a little bit more of a vision of a career, and it's something that takes time. So it's been a wonderful 12 months. Not everything has been easy, because working with a young player means that it needs time to put things in place. So I started to build a staff around her, a physical coach, a tennis coach from the academy now that is traveling all the time with her. And when she comes back at the academy, so we have time to work, it's always a moment that I love because I'm on the court close to her, but I need to find a good distance because she has her coach now. And so we work as a team. But what is fantastic is to try to guide, but also be concerned of the personality and take care of the personality also, and being able also to be honest all the time. It's something very important for me, not to be kind with the player, but not to protect the player all the time, because we need sometimes that we say something honest for you, and it's not always easy. I think it's also what part of being a good coach is being in the position that you're not going to be afraid of losing your job. You know you can say what you have to say, and the relationship and the trust in the relationship will be strong enough that we can move forward together. And that's what we try to build. And also, yeah, that idea that not everything can be done in one day, that you need time to build. We are further already than a year ago, and I hope that we're going to be much further in 1 year. And I have also to, take from my past, but also realize that Diana is not who I was on the court. We don't have the same personality, and this is something that I have to adjust to. And as I said to you, I don't have a lot of experience in the coaching, and I learn a lot from the other coaches. I'm still in contact with Carlos, giving me a lot of advices, but always with that the mentality that the team we want to bring and to add something to what Diana has today to become a better player one day. And it's something fantastic because you build for the future. And again, you don't know where you go, but you do it with a lot of passion, with a lot of love of the game. And that's a lot of joy for the whole team of the academy today.
Great. How much are you enjoying motherhood? How much are you enjoying having kids? And how much do you kind of think back to your mother and maybe think, what would she do at this time? Or your mom's experiences?
Being a mother is my, the most beautiful job in life, and it's my biggest passion today. It's the hardest one for all the parents. It hasn't been easy for me when I got my first child, Lali, who is 6 today, because of my personal story with my mom, and I was really scared and anxious mom when I got her. Took a few weeks, a few months, really to get used to my new role, and then everything went better. And then I got a second child, Victor, who is 2 years old now, is going to turn 2. And I love that. We were 4 kids at home, and now that we have 2 kids, and the relationship they start to have. And we work hard on that part because we have the feeling they can be, if they want, big support for each other. Education is the biggest part of our life. We can do something great from it, or we can make mistakes, and we make mistakes all the time. That's what I loved being a mother, as I've been number 1 in tennis, but as a mother, I'm just like anyone else. I do my best, I try my best, I do mistakes, I try to learn, and finally our kids teach us a lot, and you can have all the convictions, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, and finally at the end you just realize that you do the best you can. So in my personality it was something hard to accept, that I was just doing my best and that I wasn't perfect, but then I realized very quickly it was impossible to be a perfect parent. So no, that's the biggest role of my life today. Even if I'm very active in my projects, I try to find that good balance, but I'm not the mom who stays at home all the time. And the kids, they know that sometimes I need to travel for my activities, and they accepted it because I love that, and I bring them with me, and I'm very close, of course, as a lot of mom from them, and I try to. From my mother, I don't know what I kept, but I just try to guide them, as I try to respect who they are with their personality, and it's not easy. but it's wonderful.
Perfect. So that's it for the questions. Now, before you get up, I was going to have you just say one line to camera, like
Yeah.
you know they say like I'll always have Paris, we'll always have Paris.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you could say it in French and then in English after. So
Okay.
maybe I'll always have Paris, and then you say,
I
will always have Paris. We can either say I'll always have Paris or no matter what happens, I'll always have Paris. I don't know which one.
always love Paris, c'est ça?
Paris.
Have Paris. Because the sentence we'll always have Paris, right? I just want to kind of change it a little bit.
J'ai pas compris en fait.
I will always have Paris. J'aurai toujours Paris. Mais ça veut dire, yeah, it means it.
It means it,
will be yours.
the memories will always be with you.
Okay.
Like in Paris.
I will
So-
always have Paris.
Yeah, I'll have
Okay.
French. I think if you say once in French and then English.
En français, Paris fera toujours partie de moi, ouais. Ouais, ok. In French first?
French and then right after say it in
Okay.
English.
Paris fera toujours partie de moi. And in English, what do you, I will always
I
have
will
Paris.
always have
Okay.
Paris. And we'll do it again. to
Okay.
the-
Ok. Paris fera toujours partie de moi. I will always have Paris.
Welcome to our Legends podcast here on Eurosport.